Good evening and welcome to Media Reflections. And today we're going to be talking about two articles, actually a book and two chapters. We're reading or just reflecting on negotiating critical literacies with young children by Vivian Maria Vasquez. And we're going to be talking about how the media distorts black families, a new study. The article is by Nicole Rogers and Rashad Robinson, and it's from 2017, printed in the Washington Post Outlook section. A lot of times when we talk about media images, and I'll start with that Washington Post article, I found personally the article confirmed a lot of things that I already knew. There's a habit, especially in this country, of taking for granted that people of color, African Americans in particular, Hispanics and others, fill a vital role. But we don't see those representations often in a positive light. I think that for a lot of people, the Cosby Show allowed you to see an upper middle class black family that was intact, which was groundbreaking. When you look at a picture of the Cosby family, you see a mom who's a lawyer or was working on her law degree, and the father who is in the home as well as is a pediatrician or OBGYN, I'm sorry. And for a lot of people, that was shocking in both communities because of media representation of what the black family looks like. Before that, a representation of the black family was good times. And while it fit a certain narrative, you did have a whole family, although they were working class. There were some working class family that struggled from day to day, living in public housing and going through life's experiences, but you had a quote unquote nuclear family. When you think about a lot of the television programming and commercials and media images, those images weren't there. I was surprised sort of with how, but I knew it intrinsically, the media represents the data. For example, in the Robinson and Rogers article, they go on to tell you that the majority of people who are shown as criminals are African American. When we talk about crime statistics, they point out African Americans. When we talk about poverty, public assistance, so on and so forth, tends to be African Americans and people of color. But they rarely show or let the general public know that the majority of people on public assistance is in America are 35% white, 27% African American, and I forget the numbers for the other one. We don't, so while everyone runs around and blames Fox and other conservative news outlets, they feed into it. They have the loudest voice. The outlets that have the most voice or the outlets that do the most damage tend to be those mainstream media outlets that we all stick to. The Vasquez, and where I found it interesting, was that she offers solutions for correcting that starting in the schools. Meaning if we teach media literacy and we communicate with our students and teach them multiple literacies, that we from there can create young people who critically think about their perception of what they're seeing in television commercials, what they're seeing and hearing in the news, what they're seeing and hearing on the radio or listening to on YouTube and the radio, and they can go out and make things a lot better. The solutions she offers in the classroom seem a bit daunting for a regular classroom teacher, but it can be done if you can garner the support of your administrative team and provide the data to back up what you'd like to do. I think that she offers some viable solutions for our future. If you ever get a chance, you should just pick up critical literacies for young children. I think you'll find it a very interesting read, honestly. That concludes my media reflection. I look forward to seeing you the next time. I'm Charles Pierce. Good evening.